Hey friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie if you're new here. I am a first year PA student and I live in Charleston, South Carolina. So I kind of make videos about my daily life and vlogs and things like that, as well as PA school content. So today I'm going to do a Q&A. I asked some of my Instagram followers to kind of ask some questions, so I got a few of those, and then I also looked up some good intro Q&A questions. Since I haven't done a video like this on my channel yet, I figured it'd be good for people to be able to go back to and kind of get to know me a little bit better before watching the rest of my videos. So thanks so much for being here and stay tuned. Looks like Bentley wants to be in the video too. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favorite color? And pink, of course, but growing up it was actually purple and then it was blue, so it definitely has changed a lot, but for now I'm feeling pink and I really like the way my apartment's starting to look with like pink and neutral tones, so I really do like that. What's one thing I couldn't live without, and even though she's like photobombing my video, it's my Bentley girl. She's like my best friend in the whole entire world, and she was actually staying with my mom and dad this past week, and I just missed her so much. So I've been spending a lot of time with her since I've gotten her back at my apartment. So Bentley, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look. Look. No, not at me. Alright, come on. Can you load up? Load up. Good girl. So we'll see if she'll lay down. She was trying to drink my coffee a second ago. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. No. What cuisine is your favorite? My favorite meal by far is steak and a baked potato and a good salad. And I love them from all different ranges of like Texas Roadhouse to like 5-star restaurants. Like that is my favorite meal no matter what. And then a second favorite I think would be pasta, probably. I really like Italian food and like bread. You know, gluten-free doesn't really work for me because I love bread, but I probably should make better choices when it comes to that. The next one is, what inspires you? And something that inspires me is the ability to create the life that I want. So whether that's through school or doing things like YouTube, I have always been like, you know, let's just go for it and see what happens instead of regretting that I didn't try something. And so like, I know that, you know, having a dream of going to PA school debt-free is really crazy, but it could happen. You know, like I just believe in thinking big and like not holding yourself back by thinking that you can't do something. So that really inspires me, and just like looking up to people who have like been in my place and are breaking the mold. So for example, one thing I really love to talk about is mental health, because it's something that I've struggled with in the past 3 years pretty heavily, and there was no one in my family or really in my circle at all that was familiar with how to approach mental health for, you know, young adults, college graduates, things like that. And so I was having a lot of conversations that other people around me weren't having. So like finding people to talk about those things with or to educate if they don't know is something that I really am passionate about. And like once I become a PA, I really want to be able to work with adolescents and young adults to create a space for them to have free reign of like what all they need to say and get off their chest, and be in a supportive environment with a person who's not that much older than them, who's been through the same things. So that's definitely something I want to do when I graduate, but you know, that's a long ways away. But I definitely want to get as involved with that kind of thing now as I possibly can. The next one is, have you ever saved someone's life? You know, as a medical professional, that's kind of like a different question than I think like a regular, you know, person would answer. But I have given CPR one time. yeah, one time, and the patient unfortunately passed away. But you know, there are things you can do before it gets to that point, especially as a CNA, like just open lines of communication with your nurse that the patient might be like going in a bad direction could potentially save their life. So I mean, I don't know the direct impact of that, but I do know I have given CPR once, and it was the scariest experience of my life, and I cried like a baby afterwards. Like, it was just terrifying because that was like someone's life in my hands, and I had never felt that much responsibility before. So when it was over, I just like got this huge wave of emotion and just started crying my eyeballs out, and it was like, I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, I should be able to handle this, but I mean, it was a first. So I think, you know, understanding that's important too. But if you guys have any cool life-saving stories, drop them in the comments. I'd love to read more about that. So these next questions are a little bit of this or that. The first one is cats or dogs? Dogs, for sure. I mean, Bentley is my whole world, so I would definitely get a dog over a cat. Not to say that I don't like cats, but I just have more experience with dogs. Beer or wine? Probably wine. I'm 24 years old, by the way. But yeah, I don't really love beer. If I do drink a beer, it's gonna be like a cider instead of like a craft beer or even like a Bud Light. I don't really like any of that stuff. Coffee or tea? I love sweet tea, so I like want to say that, but I drink coffee like every single day, so probably that. And right now, the next one is apartment or house, and I live in an apartment right now, obviously, because I'm like still really young and in school. But eventually I would like to have multiple houses, some for like rental purposes, some for like, you know, just having them in different cities that I want to go to and like have a place. So I would love to have a house here in Charleston. I'd love to have one in Nashville, maybe New Orleans, maybe Dallas. Those are like my big cities that I really like enjoy going to. So I want to have a place in each of those, but I also want to own rental properties. So, I mean, I definitely would like to have multiple houses in the future. Lake or ocean? Considering I live in a beach town, definitely ocean. But I do see the pull of lakes because, one, there's no sharks. And, you know, like the lakes in the South I don't think are like super gorgeous by any means, but lakes in other places really are nice. So I could see how like people really do love the lake. I just myself prefer the ocean. And mountains or jungle? And I don't even know. I've been to a jungle like maybe twice in my whole life. So probably mountains just because I'm more familiar with it, but I just feel like the jungle might have like scarier animals. I don't know. So I would probably pick that. What's your favorite holiday? Christmas, by far. I love Christmas so much. It's my favorite holiday to decorate for. I want to decorate like November 1st. Like as soon as Halloween's over, I'm definitely in Christmas mode. Don't get me wrong, I love Thanksgiving and spending that with my family, but I just love Christmas. So I'll definitely be posting some videos later towards the Christmas season about like decorating my apartment, things like that, maybe Christmas shopping since I'm on a very tight budget since I'm a student. But yeah, so that's kind of my favorite holiday, even though my birthday is New Year's Eve, so people like always think that it's that, but it's not. I love Christmas even more so than that. Also, she's chewing on her bone like really hard right now. So the next one is who's your celebrity crush? And I honestly am so split between Miles Teller and Bradley Cooper. I love them both so much and I think they're both so cute and like attractive, but I couldn't really pick between Top Gun, Miles Teller, and like any form of Bradley Cooper. Like they're my favorite. So, oh, this is a good one. When was your first kiss? So I actually didn't kiss a boy until I was 17. So I guess that's kind of late. I don't know. I don't care. It wasn't really something worth remembering. But are you an introvert or an extrovert? So growing up, I was always very, very shy, and I was like not gonna speak to people unless I was comfortable with them. But once I became comfortable with them, I was like having a blast, you know, like I was cutting up, laughing, making jokes, all that. So I think I grew up very introverted, but since I've gotten older, I think I'm a little more extroverted in terms of like I'm not as shy anymore, but I definitely still I definitely still really love my alone time. Anywho, another one is what was the most surprising thing about PA school? And I really thought I was gonna have a hard time with the cadaver lab, but I actually really enjoyed it. Like, it sounds kind of crazy, but I thought I was gonna be like really grossed out and like scared, but it was actually very interesting, and like we kind of felt like it was like intro to surgery sort of, which is something I'd never done before. So, oh, you're gonna fall. So yeah, I really loved Cadaver Lab. I thought it was so much fun and a really good learning opportunity. So I would definitely recommend that if you're going to PA school and you're like kind of debating between schools and looking at their attributes, if you could get into a Cadaver Lab, even just to like visualize, not even just dissecting, that would be so helpful. And it's like crazy to see the different things that happen in different bodies, because you know on a model it's like always the same, but when you're dealing with actual human bodies it could vary so much physiologically. So that was a really interesting thing that I was surprised about. I don't even know, some of these are silly, like, do you like hot dogs or hamburgers? And I mean, I like both, but I'll eat a hot dog 8 million times over a hamburger. Do you like to stay up late? Absolutely. I am a night owl for sure. But if I know that I'm gonna be tired the next day, I really like get frustrated when I stay up late. So I try to go to sleep early, but it doesn't always work out. I'm naturally a night owl, but I want to be a morning person so bad. So if you guys have any tips on how to be a morning person, or to like kind of switch your sleep schedule to wake up early in the mornings, definitely leave a comment or send me a message on Instagram. I'll definitely link that down below, just so I can maybe like try out your tips and maybe even make a video about that. So honestly, I don't really even know. If you guys have any other questions that you want to do a Q&A with, I would be happy to make a follow-up video. This is just, like I said, a little bit of an intro to who I am and my channel, kind of like little random facts about me. And we can definitely do this again. I like answering these questions, and it's kind of weird like talking to a camera, but it's also kind of fun. So if you guys definitely want another Q&A, we can do one PA focused, whatever you guys want to do. It's fine with me, just let me know in the comments. But if you have made it this far in the video, leave your favorite emoji down below so I can know that you watched till the end. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.